Hey everyone, Christina Rizakos here, founder of ProfitableDaycare.com. I'm a daycare business mentor and strategist, and I am super excited to have you here with me this week. So for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I am a super busy mom of four. I am a daycare business owner, and I'm also a certified early childhood educator. I have over 21 years experience in the field, and I absolutely love it. And today I want to talk to you about something that I love training my students on. This is my specialty. This is something that I tried to get right in my own business, and it took a while, but I finally got it right. And my mission is to teach this to you in hopes that you can put what I'm going to teach you today in place in your business, so that you can be happier and healthier and just an overall in a better place in your business. So question, are you running your childcare business or is it running you? Think about that before you answer. So are you a new daycare business owner, and does this sound like your life? Are you stressed out, overwhelmed, not sleeping very much, not eating well, taking work home with you on the weekends, after hours? Are you spending more of your time working on your business than you are doing things that you enjoy and spending time with your family? I know it's a lot, and I know I threw a lot of things at you right there, but I have been there. I have been the brand new daycare business owner, and I went in full force. I gave it my 200%. I thought that if I wasn't physically in my business, that my business wouldn't thrive, that my staff wouldn't know what to do, that parents would be unhappy, that there would be no registrations, that someone would get hurt. I mean, talk about paranoia. I had all these things going on in my head over and over and over, and it took me a while to realize that I wasn't running a business. The business was running me. I basically had a job in my own business that I was growing to not like. And that's not the reason that I wanted to go into business for myself. I wanted to have freedom of time. I wanted to have financial freedom. I wanted to make a difference in the world, but I wanted to enjoy the things that mattered to me most. Don't get me wrong. I loved the kids and my staff and business, but for me, my life is so much more than that. I love running, I love working out, I love cooking, I love being at home with my four kids whenever I felt like it. So for me, I knew I had to make a change. It came to the point where I was always stressed out. I was always thinking about the business and thinking about, overhead and registrations and new staff coming in and interviews, and it was just a lot. It came to the point where realistically, I was arguing all the time with my husband, and I was not very happy. And that was not what I had signed up for. So I knew that I had to make a change, and I knew that it had to be quick, and it had to be practical, and it had to be something that I can do and hopefully keep doing every single day after that, to bring me to the place that I wanted to be at as a business owner. So at the beginning, when I first started my business, I was extremely young. I was in my early 20s, and my business partner, who's also my sister, was 2 years younger than I was. Completely inexperienced. I came from a background where you finish school and you just get a job and you don't complain, and it was just about work and home and family. And if you did want to become a business owner, it was done the good old-fashioned way, where you had to be in the business from morning till night, sometimes in the weekend, and if you were not there, it meant that you were not working. It meant that something was going to go wrong and that it would be your fault. So when I stepped into my business and I had that mentality, it was just a recipe for disaster, because what happened was I got overwhelmed, I got stressed out, anxious, and everything got affected, right? So everything from the teachers to the kids, the program, relationships with the parents. So I knew, my business partner knew as well, that we had to make a change somehow. So we came to terms with the fact, as business owners, you cannot do everything in your business. It's impossible. You cannot be jack of all trades, being the cook, the cleaner, the director, working in the classroom, doing registrations, tours, signing up. You cannot do everything. Something's gonna give, and that's probably gonna be your sanity. So before that happens, or maybe you're already there, hopefully you're watching this at the perfect time. This video is going to focus on 3 things that changed my business completely. So as a business owner, there are the tasks that you need to do every single day to make sure your business is running smoothly, to make sure that your business is booming, that your daycare center is full of registrations, your spots are full, the staff, everything is flowing well, there's a good team vibe happening, the parents are happy, the children are safe and happy, and your business is moving along, going forward, exactly the way you envisioned it. So 3 things I want to focus on this week are things that completely changed my business. And I am pretty sure that if you put them into place, they will change yours. The 3 things are automations, outsourcing, and delegations. Okay, so I'm going to discuss the difference between the 3. But before I do, I wanted to start by defining what your role is as a business owner. Because I think many people, when they step into this role, either you come from a business background, or maybe you're like me, where you just, everything was brand new and you're stepping into this role for the very first time. So you're just doing what you think you should be doing as a business owner. Your job, the main focus of a business owner should be to be working on tasks that only move your business forward. That's it. That's the only tasks that you are in charge of. And some examples of those are hiring staff that fits your team culture, that are your perfect avatar employees, that get your program, your beliefs, your values, that fit well with the other staff. That's one of your tasks, right? Because we all know that amazing staff, kids are happy, the parents are happy, and your daycare is rocking. It's going, it's just moving, and it's just offering amazing service. So hiring staff that fits your program and your team culture. Second, setting up systems, that make operations flow with ease. So what are these systems that I'm talking about? So when you first start your business, right, you should, I hope, you should have created a booklets with your policies, procedures, booklets for your staff. You should have a regulation booklet for onboarding new staff. You should also have something where it only focuses on your educational program. So these are policies and procedures booklets. And why these are so important is because you do the work once. You may have to update them, depending on your business, maybe once a year. But if you do the work one time and everyone that's already in your center and anyone new that you bring in your center is on board, understands them, follows your procedures to the T, then everything should move smoothly in your business. So, a few examples. Having procedures for, let's say, tours, visits, when someone sees your center, or maybe you've advertised that you have like a few spots available for September, and you get a few, potential customers coming in to visit. Do you have a procedure that deals with tours? Can anyone give a tour, or is it only you? Is there certain steps you need to follow and that you follow every single time there's a tour to make your life easier? Is anyone else in your staff trained to give these tours? So when you're not there, because chances are you're not always going to be in the office, and someone walks in off the street and they want to visit the daycare, instead of shooing them away or making them call back and potentially losing, a client, is anyone on the floor trained to follow the procedures that you put forth, that you created one time at the beginning of your business, and that they can actually give the tour and sign up the new child with all the information. So whether you're there or you're not there, your business is still thriving, it's still growing. So that's one example of procedures or systems that you can put in place to make sure that your day-to-day operations flow smoothly. So a few other examples of what kind of systems you can create to make sure your business flows smoothly, whether you're there or you're not there. It's systems for interventions, medication, When a child is sick, what happens? Maybe you want to make systems that deal with payment and how you bill the parents. Maybe you have an app or software that you use that everyone is on board, like Hi Mama or Brightwheel, where the parents and the educator have contact throughout the day. Anything that's going to make your life easier that you can create at the beginning when you first start your business, or even if it's just drawing that line in the sand and saying, hey, I'm tired of just doing this and doing that over and over and over, creating policy booklets with clear procedures that everyone is on board in your team. Really important. So another task you have as a business owner is maintaining great relationships with your customers, obviously, right? We are taking care of our children, and it's up to us to make sure that, the parents feel comfortable to, register their children in our care, to come in with a smile, to genuinely care about your customers and, ask questions and just be involved in their life, and making sure that they feel that they are involved in their children's lives while they're in the center. So apps are great for that. There's a few apps that I will post in the comment section below where parents can actually see what their child is up to with pictures, with messages throughout the day. If they slept well, if they went to the washroom. There's so many apps out there that make sure that those lines of communication are open between the childcare center and your clients, the parents. So very important that you maintain a good relationship with your customers. And I wanted to add that if your customers are happy and they love you as a director, they love your staff, the kids are having an awesome time, they will refer their friends, their family members to your center. So I don't think there's any more powerful marketing tool than word of mouth marketing, especially when it comes to a super happy customer that's satisfied 100% with your service. So just keep that in mind. Another task that a daycare business owner has is making sure that you're investing in you and in your professional growth, working on your skills, making sure that you're up to date with new softwares that are out there, new services that you could offer to your staff. Maybe you want them to follow specific training. Maybe there's an awesome workshop that you can take as a business owner on leadership, or maybe there's someone in your community that offers workshops to your staff. Stay informed, keep growing. Working on yourself is so important as a human being, I think, but especially as a leader, as a business owner. And the last thing I think that every business owner should be involved with, and this is something that's, I think, everyone should know how to do this, is market their business. Making sure that you have eyeballs constantly on your business, on your website, that you have new customers coming in and signing up for your newsletter. If you have a Facebook page for your business, that you're updating it once or twice every week with information, with activities. Make sure that you have some kind of a website where if someone lands on it, there is a pop-up with something cute or fun, or if you want to offer a deal or whatever, that's really up to you, where a customer can actually stay updated by putting in their information. Really important. And I talk about newsletters and websites in another video that I've done, so I can actually post that below this video. But it's really important to make sure that you're ahead of the game and that you are on top of your marketing and you have a plan and you know exactly how much you need your business to grow, how fast you need it to grow, and how you are growing it. So is it with classified ads? Is it with networking with other businesses in your area? Is it with Facebook ads or word of mouth? Whatever it is, make sure you have a plan to keep your business growing. So anything else that I did not just mention, anything else is you need to delegate. It's not your responsibility. You cannot be doing it. There is no way you could do all that I just mentioned and do everything else. There's no way. So now I wanted to discuss automation, delegation, and outsourcing. Really, really important. And before I do, you know that we're living in such an exciting time to do business. When I first started my business, 15 years ago, marketing was as simple as paying a lot of money to put an ad out in our paper. That's all we did. That's all I did. Aside from passing out pamphlets in local shops, there was nothing else. There was no social media, there was no Facebook ads, there was nothing. So right now with social media, how it's changed the game for so many things. You have the power to reach exactly your target audience, your target customers through the click of a button. It's ridiculous. It blows my mind. And I don't think that people understand how big it is and how powerful and how much of an impact it can make in your business. So with that being said, everything that I just mentioned before about your tasks as a business owner, that's all on you. You take it, you do what you want with it. This is what you need to focus on to move your business forward. But anything that has nothing to do with what I mentioned, you need to do 3 things: outsource it, delegate it, or automate it. Delegate it, outsource it, or automate it. So I have notes here because I don't want to miss anything. I wanted to make sure that you guys have all the information. So outsourcing, what does it mean? Obtaining services from an outsider. Sometimes you hear people call them virtual assistants. So obtaining a service from someone that's not physically here. It could be in another country, they could be in another city, someone that's not physically here. You might not even know them, right? You might not even know their first name. It's a virtual assistant. This is called outsourcing. So a few examples of tasks that I have outsourced in the past. All website creation, all logo creation, any website upkeep, meaning making sure that it's optimized with keywords, making sure that it's functioning well, making sure that it's updated every year, making sure that I have a pop-up that collects customers' email information, making sure that all the links work well. These are things that I do not have time to do. So I have hired someone that lives in another country that does only this as a living, and they work on my website maybe a few hours a month. That's it, a few hours a month. So just think about that, a few hours a month. And it's not as expensive as you might think. You can actually hire someone amazing that does a great job for around $7 to $8 an hour. I mean, it will not break your bank. You set the time, you set the budget. So you just have to be clear as to what the task is for them to do, and they will take it on. Amazing. It helps a ton. Something else that I've automated, that I've outsourced as well, are anything that has to do with letterheads, business cards, newsletter templates, pamphlets. So anything that has to do with graphic and designing. If I have a newsletter that I pass out every month, or my letterheads to make sure that everything is branded and matching well, you hire someone to do it. And again, it does not have to cost a lot of money. And realistically, how many times are you going to do a letterhead for your business? How many times are you going to create a pamphlet for your business? Not many, right? Maybe once a year, and not even. So make sure you find someone to do this for you. That it will not cost you a lot of money. It will save you so much time, so you can be focusing on other things. I will post a link of the website that I use below this video. And you can go check it out. They have amazing people that work on there that are professional and that are kind and that understand what you are looking for. So it's amazing. Something else that I outsource, the upkeep of your wait list. So making sure that the wait list it's growing, that the people that are on my wait list are actual potential customers. So if that means once a year everyone gets an email from my virtual assistant asking them to, are you still interested? Yes or no. It's simple things. Maybe I need, let's say, children that have outgrown my daycare, like kids that are not 5, 6, 7 years old. I might ask my VA to just get rid of them from my list. Just simple things like this that I do not have to worry about. And it keeps everything nice and neat and organized. Anything that has to do with proofreading documents. So if you're writing something for your parents, you can have someone helping you with correcting, editing, making sure everything flows smoothly in your text. Facebook ads, big one, a huge one. Hire someone to do your Facebook ads. Simple, easy. If you have a Facebook page, which I hope you do for your business, then you can actually place Facebook ads. And before you dabble in that, because you can actually do a lot of mistakes and waste a lot of money if you don't know exactly what you're doing with Facebook ads, hire someone to do it for you. It's as easy as $1 a day for an ad. It does not have to be more complicated than that. All they need to know is the information, right? Like where you're living, who are you targeting in your community, and they will do the rest. Very easy, very simple. Check the link below, please. And anything else that you are not skilled to do, so whether that's techie things, whether that's something else like creating something that you've never done before, they will do it for you. They are professional, they are skilled, and this is what they do all day long. So why not free up some of your time so you can focus on your tasks and maybe just focus on doing other things that you enjoy, like taking a workout, taking a class, or going for a run, or spending time with your kids instead of trying to figure out how to do a Facebook ad, right? So please check out the link below. Now, that's for outsourcing. Now, there's delegation. So, delegations, what does that mean? Assigning and entrusting someone in your environment with a task. So, I don't like to think that I'm giving my staff tasks, because that kind of sets them up where, I tell you what to do, you do it, you come back and you say, I'm done, what else? And then you feel like you're micromanaging everybody. And that's not what I want to be. That's not how I want to, run my business, right? So if you delegate responsibilities to the people around you in your business, to your employees, makes your life so much easier. So a few examples. Hire a lead educator that can handle responsibilities, and you will decide what responsibilities these are. So a few examples. Hire someone that can be in charge of scheduling, answering phone calls when you're not there, getting the messages off the answering machine when you're not there, answering questions from the parents when you're not there. Just anything that could free up your time. Have a head educator that can be in charge of all these things, making sure that everything is up to code in the center, maybe walking in every classroom and making sure that things are where they're supposed to be, and that the educator is doing what she has to do, and just someone that you trust, someone that works well with your team, that can take on more responsibilities other than just being in the classroom. So find someone like this. They are invaluable to your team. It took me 13 years to trust an employee to be a lead educator. But once I did, then I saw that everything was just working out well and everything was up to date. I mean, checklists were checked off and I knew what we needed in the kitchen and inventory was done. I was hooked. So hire yourself or assign a head educator in your team. Delegate certain responsibilities to your staff according to their skills. This is a fun one. So you have staff working for you, taking care of the kids. Chances are that they all have different skills and different talents, right? So maybe one of them loves arts and crafts. Maybe somebody else is much more organized. Why not give them responsibilities that will free up more of your time, take the load off of you, but when you are assigning tasks to your employees, make sure it's something that they are good at. So if, for example, if one of your staff members loves decorating, like arts and crafts and anything artistic, why not put her in charge of being the decorator of the center? So, Halloween, Easter, Christmas time, Mother's Day, whatever the case is for your center, make sure that she knows that she is responsible for making sure we have all the decorations in place, making sure that she's decorating the front classroom and everything is done, so you don't have to worry about it. So that's one idea. And if your budget permits this, hire a bookkeeper. Depending on how big or how small your center is, I know there's a lot of softwares now that can actually help with running the day-to-day operations as well as accounting. But if you are not skilled, if you are having a hard time balancing things in the office, do yourself a favor, place an ad, ask for a referral, get yourself a bookkeeper. You know that there's so many people out there that are skilled, but right now in their lives, maybe they need to stay home with the kids, or maybe they need to be, working less outside of the home. So why not find someone that is skilled in bookkeeping and that can help you a few hours a month? So that's for delegation. So lastly, I wanted to tackle automations. Now, automation's definition, it's the use of largely automatic equipment in a system of manufacturing or other production processes. So this is the definition of automation. So we've all seen those videos where all you see, there's like factory workers all around and there's huge machines popping out stuff and everybody's just doing something on them and they're just shipping them in boxes, and it's like basically the same thing happening over and over and over and over. So you can actually do this for your business. Now, I know we're talking about kids, you can't really automate, programs and classrooms and curriculum, of course not. But there are certain things you can automate, okay? So, number one, you can automate your email list and growing your email list with the use of software, right? So, having a pop-up on your homepage, on your website, where you don't have to worry about it. You've set it up once, or your virtual assistant has set it up once for you, and you know that it's there. So, anyone that happens to go on your website can put in their information and you have their email list. They're on your website or on your email list, whatever you decide to do. So there's no picking up the phone, writing everything down by hand, taking the sticky paper, sticking it somewhere, losing the sticky paper, freaking out because you don't have it. These are things that happen in daycare, right? So it's a very dynamic space. Things are moving fast. Things are always loud, and they're kids. It's a daycare. This is how the business works. But why not have a system in place to that can automate certain things? So one of those things you can automate is your wait list or your email list. Please do this, okay? When we first started, I did not have a pop-up on my website. We didn't have a website when we started, actually. And parents would call in and we would place that in the paper. Parents would call in and we would write down their name, their information. Sometimes they would leave their information on the answering machine. But most of the time they would speak too fast. I couldn't get the number. They were mumbling. I couldn't, so we would, not write the information well. And it was just a disaster. And then the little papers would get lost all the time. So automate it. Waitlist section on your website, nice and clear and organized. And you just have everybody's information in one area. You can also invest in software that can automate a lot of things in your business. Now, depending on what kind of center you want, depending on what kind of feel you want your customers to feel, when they enter your space, and also depending on how many centers you have, because you might be, you might be an owner of many daycare centers, and you just don't have time to do this for one. You need something that's going to work for many centers. Invest in a software that can automate the majority of your things. The majority, like wait lists, registrations, invoicing, communication between the staff and the parents throughout the day, observational checklists, progress of the kids, just everything that would take up more time. Try to find a system, an app, and a software that can automate the majority of your work in the office. So instead of checking in kids manually every day and checking them out, you can actually have a system in place. A lot of these apps offer so many cool things that we did not have back then, that is just so exciting. So take the time. I will post a few links in the bottom because I've done my research as well. Amazing, and they free up your time, and everything is done well, and everything is done not by you, which is what I want, right? I want to free up your time as much as I possibly can. So something else that also can be automated is automation binders. Now, I actually have a special training about this. I will post a link to that video below this video, so you can go check that out, because I really go into detail and actually give you a free downloadable PDF where I walk you through what exactly to put in every binder. But I just want to touch on it just quickly. Okay, so automation binders is just a very simple and clean system where you create it only once, and it literally saves so much of your time. So automation binders for registrations, for medications, for rules and regulations, for the kitchen person, for the cleaning person. As I said, I don't want to go into detail right now just because I don't want to have this video be really long. But go check out the link I posted below. There's another training all about automations and how to create binders for your business. It's super important that the bulk of the work be done at the beginning or whenever you decide to draw that line in the sand that says, hey, I'm a business owner, I signed up to have more freedom, to make sure that my vision becomes a reality and just, it's here for the long run. I cannot be doing day-to-day things that can be outsourced or delegated or automated. It's so important. I do not want you, I don't want for you to burn yourself out the way I did at the beginning. And there are systems in place where you literally can just go in the daycare to make sure if everything is working well. You could go in and out of the daycare throughout the week, or maybe just show up a few days a week. It's totally up to you, because you know that you've set systems in place, whether through software or whether through your policy booklets, and you know that if something happens, everyone is on the same page and everyone understands what they need to do. And let me tell you how much of a load off that is when you know that you can take the morning off and go for breakfast instead of rushing in the daycare because there's a tour planned out and you're the only person that knows how to do it. And then there's a new employee starting and you're the only person that knows how to, introduce them to everybody else. And it's just not what you want to be doing as a business owner. You are the visionary. You are there to craft this vision for your business, to have this purpose, this just grander image of how you want your business to be. But it's up to you to make sure that you create systems, that you delegate, that you automate, and that you hire, employees that fit well with your vision and what you're creating, right? So that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm all about working smarter, not harder. I'm a mom of 4. I enjoy being at home with my kids. Summers are completely off, and this is the time that I would not change for anything in the world. So reach out if you have any questions, share the video, like it if you got some value out of it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I invite you to go to www.profitabledaycare.com. There is a free PDF booklet you can download all about hiring amazing staff if you are struggling with that. And again, subscribe to the channel and follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I will catch you guys next week. Bye.